That's a good question. So the answer is no, and here's why.
Probably give me some half-ass story about how 3/4 could buy $1 worth of change, but if I did, then I shorted you. So $1 and some change ain't really shit when you're loyal.
Yo to the yo.
What's good? What's good? What's good? The people, man. Make sure y'all share the live, man. Share the live, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Another episode of Allegedly the Podcast, man.
Man, shut it live.
Make sure y'all share the live. Y'all know y'all fuck with us and shit, man. Share it and shit, man. We appreciate
even if
everybody.
you don't share it, like, man, look at them, man. Look at them.
Yeah, these clown ass niggas.
Y'all go tell them going on.
Share it in your group chat. Tell the motherfuckers like, man, look at these niggas. They still ain't on here bullshitting, playing with each other, playing with people's lives and shit.
Yeah, fake liberating.
Yeah, man. They on here playing with God again. Share it in your church group chat. Send it to your pastor. You know what I'm saying? Tell him, share the live, man. Brand new episode, man. Allegedly the podcast and shit. Matter of fact, man, Kim, hit them people with that intro one more time and shit, man.
One more.
That's a good question.
One more, man.
The answer is no, and here's why.
Probably give me some half-ass story about how 3/4 could buy $1 worth of change, but if I did, then I shorted you. So $1 and some change ain't really shit when you're loyal.
Yeah, man. What's good with you, man? D Jones.
D Jonesy, my boy. I heard your track, my boy. I heard you. I ain't know you be rapping.
What Michi say?
What Michi say? I like that. He said D Jones rapping ass. I like that. That was hard. How he did that. He say D Jones rapping ass. That was hard.
Okay. That's what's up, man.
Oh, she fuck with my music, bro. She fuck with it.
Erica, that's Erica Badu?
Yeah.
That's
you ain't
the
know
one
I,
that
you
used
ain't
to
know
go
I
in
know
Common?
Yeah, you ain't know I know people.
Hey, man, I see. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like an industry plant. Man. Yeah, I'm like an industry plant.
Fuck, man.
I just act like it was organic.
Damn.
But it's a machine behind me.
No, it's a machine.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. They thought it was organic.
Yeah, man. But, man, we appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Another day. Allegedly, the podcast, man. We here to help y'all defund religion. My nigga Cam, you got any under the spotlight today for us, man?
For under the spotlight, all I want to say is if your black church got white deities, then you need to get up out that church. That's all I'm going to say. Like if your church that you go to got white people on the wall and white Jesus in the wall, images of white Jesus, that ain't the place for you. That's all I was want to put on the spotlight.
I seen a meme earlier that said it ain't no white people in the Bible, so take however long you need with that.
It's all white people. Mark, Jacob.
Yeah, that's because I guess that's more so they like Americanize their names and shit. But like those aren't words that are Hebrew words or Aramaic words. You know what I'm saying? Like those just once the Catholic Church got a hold of it was like, man, we need this shit to sound more where people gonna understand it,
and sound
John
like us.
And Mark, yeah. So they already stole the stories from the people who commit. So they had different names, ISIS, and so they had to, I don't even want to call it Americanized because America wasn't even in existence when they started doing all that.
I can call it colonized.
Man, Europeanists.
Europeanized. That's hard.
That's what they did and shit, man. But man, about a special subject, man, we want to talk about the role that women have played in religion. And the reason that I wanted to talk about this is because far more than anything, women follow religion way more strictly or believe in it way more strictly than men do. You know, niggas out here, you know, just living or, you know, doing whatever and, you know,
The
hope
church
God forgive them,
filled with women,
filled with women, you know,
middle
and
class,
the lower
middle
class,
age,
even the
middle age.
higher
I meant middle
class,
age. I
you
meant.
know.
I didn't mean to say class. I meant middle aged.
I mean, but that too, though, you know what I mean? Because like people who are in the middle class, and especially like people who are in the lower class, really probably don't even attend church as much as people in the middle class and the higher class do, you know, because like under the illusion that they want to hold on to the blessings that God then gave them. You know what I'm saying? So like they're going to attend church regularly because they don't want to fall down to the lower form of, you know, of women, which would be like people who would, you know, hanging out every day, kicking it every day, getting drunk, you know what I'm talking about? Like, shit, fuck church, God know my heart type shit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's
And
how
do
they carry it though. I swear to God, that's how they carry it. You know, God know my heart. And the reason that, like I was telling somebody earlier, was that the reason that a lot of women hold on to that is because women actually have a harder life than men do, regardless of how much, you know, men try to, you know, front like we superior and that you know, we more intelligent. I mean, unless you're talking about like a nigga like me, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I'm like the exception to the rule because, you know, I feel like I'm more intelligent than, you know, niggas and women and shit. But that's just because I have a better understanding. I done experienced a lot more in life than others. But I was explaining to this a friend of mine that the main thing that women have, like, all right, you know, women are supposed to take care of the family. You know, they supposed to cook, they supposed to clean, they supposed to rear the children and raise the children. And the man is just supposed to provide and protect. But nowadays, the man might not even be in the home. You know, so then women are also not only the qualities that they already had to do, they also have to provide and protect. You know, so it's like sometimes that stuff gets overbearing and it gets harder, you know, and they might not have no help. And it's better for them to have some type of hope that it's a life after this, you know, that's gonna be better and that they're gonna be blessed for the things that they endured during this life. And those things comfort them at night, comfort them on Sundays, and comfort them that God gonna make a way. And in reality, they the ones who made the way. Like, I think that's what people fail to realize. We aren't trying to like we aren't trying to just get y'all to see that it's not no God. We trying to get y'all to believe and trust in yourselves. Because at the end of the day, y'all are literally the ones who are making things happen. You know what I mean? Like, y'all the ones who are providing for y'all kids. Y'all the one who are protecting y'all kids, who are raising y'all kids. Even though I may not agree with some of the things that y'all teach them or the way that y'all raise them, y'all still are responsible
maintain
for
them.
that. Yeah, all
Maintain
those
them.
things. You see what
No,
I'm saying?
maintain them. We be
You say make
it's
sure you got the
main.
best Jordans, the new Jordans.
Yeah, it's called maintaining. We be thinking we be raising our kids, but we be maintaining them.
Fuck, you say we really ain't raising them and shit.
Yeah, we just maintaining them.
We just maintaining, we just keeping them in a position that hopefully they'll go
Yeah,
on and
cause
not go to
money,
jail.
yeah, money and stuff like that don't mean you raising a kid because you buy them clothes and because he go to school and do the things that it take to survive. That's just maintaining. Raising a kid is what, you know, instilling values, morals, you know, stuff like that. That's maintaining a kid.
Ain't gonna
What
find God till you find yourself. I mean, I don't know really how to take that comment. Are you saying that like you're God, or are you saying that once you find out who you are, then you'll be able to have a relationship with God? Because like I don't
bro
agree
don't
with that.
believe in
Like,
God. He don't believe in
oh,
God.
okay, all right. So he basically saying that, you know, you are
That you
God.
got.
Once
You
again,
remember that's
yeah,
like basically what I be saying.
yeah.
Shit like you,
Yeah, I
like you
mean, I just,
got, like you
yeah,
got.
I hate, I like, I try to steer away from those type of comments because then that puts you in the category of like 5%ers, and you know what I mean? Because it's like I don't think like the whole concept of it being a god or a superior being to me is incorrect. You know what I mean? Like I think that, you know, like that's like it's too much of the hope, you know what I mean, and too much of the leniency in the being. Like I think it's still the same thing. It's like diet religion to me almost. You know what I mean? Like you took
Still depending
the
on something.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Now you done made this a god. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, yeah, okay. You could I will agree with some of that. You know, higher level consciousness, finding your higher self. I can understand that, but a lot of that still falls under religion. You know what I mean? Because like even as like under people who Muslim, like they follow a trend of that it's a higher self and a lower self, and you have to be more attained to your higher self. So like I said, a lot of that
And
stuff
yeah, it ain't no
there's
God, girl.
no, it definitely ain't no God. And that's what we already here to talk about that. But one of the main things that I wanted to point out was that women follow religion more than anything. And with women following religion more than anything, it just now in these last couple centuries that women are even recognized as being even equal to a man.
And
So
that was
one of the
accepted
points,
in religion.
and they was accepted in the religion, like if you look at like Islam, like it's still right now to this day, like when I don't know if y'all familiar with Islam, but whenever they pray, they have a person who leads the prayer, and then everybody lines up behind them in rows, and it always has to be a male. A female can't lead the prayer because her bending over and all these different things may be distracting to the man. It's the same way why in Islam a woman has to cover up, because they say that her beauty may be and the way the forms of her curves of her body may be distracted to the man. Like if this nigga can't control himself, just say that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my whole thing. Like it's like everything is based on man having control and the man being in control of everything. And there's
And
so
share this
many
live for
instances.
us. Share this live for us. Go ahead, though. Share
There's
this
so
live
many
for us.
there's so many instances in religion that show you that man made all this stuff up, because he became, with him having a limited understanding of everything, as well as what he wanted to be right versus what he understood reality to be. If there was a God, he would have originally made women and men equal. Like we're literally only separated by our sexual organs. Like our level of intelligence, the way that we process emotions, all those things are the same. It's just that when you look at religion, they've always looked at it like a man's supposed to lead and a woman's supposed to fall back. But in reality, that's just putting a man in the forefront of everything, making him be in control of everything. Like women aren't even they weren't even treated as equal. There are so many instances where it tells, even in the Bible, even in the Quran and the Torah, of a man being able to discipline his wife the same way he's able to discipline his child, because a woman is supposed to look at the man the same way she looks at the leader of looked at God. Like, I mean, looks at Jesus as Christ, as he's the leader. You're supposed to look at the man as being a leader. And I understand, I'm not saying that a man shouldn't lead in a relationship.
And to go and to talk about what she's saying on why does urban families raise us on it, man, it's all and it's all meant for control and conditioning. If you go around the world and you see the most poverty-stricken places, they all have religion. They all have God, and you see crosses. Like they don't have nothing but that and hope. That's used to keep you down. Keep you like, okay, I ain't gonna worry about this life. I'm worried about the next one.
The next life.
Yeah, I'm worried about the next life. So why the white man having his heaven right now here on earth, the Bible is conditioning us, just wait for ours. It'll be in the next life when Jesus come back, or
you ain't got to worry about
just
you
keep
not
waiting
being
on
successful.
Jesus.
You ain't got to worry about you not being rich or in a position of power.
Yeah.
Like God got a whole palace for you in heaven, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
and so
it's all about control and all about, it's really the hope. Because more than anything, that's what keeps the people holding on, is the hope.
And so what they do is, so you got the white Jesus. So you got the white Jesus is supposed to be the savior, which looks like the oppressor. And so it conditions you to not rebel against the oppressor and against the system if your savior and the person that's oppressing you look just the same. Like it's all by design.
It's all about design. He definitely got a great point. Like the woman, like I told you, especially nowadays, a woman would have to definitely be more important, because like she's basically on her own, raising the kids. She's raising the future generations, the men and the women of the future. She has to provide for them. She has to maintain them. She has to provide protection for them. She has to provide security for them. She has to, it's so many different things that she has to do all on her own, that every day she wake up like, man, I want to just give this shit up. But the hope that it's a better way is what keeps her going. And I understand it. Like I get religion. Like I used to be knee deep in it, so I understand how it can make you feel good. But that euphoric feeling that a person feels whenever they go to church or whenever they hear a wonderful message, you can get those same euphoric feelings from hearing a song, from hearing a speech that's non-religious. You still get those same feelings that you would get from hearing something that the preacher may say. And the thing is that people be like, oh, well, he was talking to me today. We are so much alike that we don't even know that shit. Like we think we so different when we really not. We all in the same vacuum.
Yeah, we all the same.
Why do you think we all the same? Why do you think that I can steal a meme from somebody from New York, post it on my page, and motherfuckers from here think it's just as funny as somebody from Alaska or somebody from Texas or Florida? Because we all in the same vacuum. We pretty much are all the same. So there are going to be situations where they're talking about there's a fucking Carbondale, Murfreesboro, Cairo in every fucking state.
Yeah, it's a cam in Louisiana. It's a Camino in Louisiana.
It's not a Racine nowhere, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's another one, but he a junior.
Man, you real similar. Real similar.
No, but I'm saying it's definitely, you know, somebody like I'm definitely not one of a kind, like, but we, you know, like society preaches individualism because that as long as you keep the people separate of thinking that they better than somebody or that they different than somebody, you know, it kind of like motivates people to think that. Like even how I just was talking, like, you know, even though I know that it's somebody like me, I still sit up here and be like, ain't nobody like me, because everybody wants to be an individual. Everybody wants to be singled out. But in reality, we all the same. You know, like even if you look at a big city like Chicago, it's the same as Carbondale. It's just on a broader scale. It's just very large. There's 3 million people there. If there was 3 million people in Carbondale, Carbondale would literally be the same as Chicago. You know, that's like any other city. All that shit is the same. Like we all in the same vacuum. And that's what people fail to realize. That's why a lot of those stories that you hear or you see, those stories are relating to you because you the same. We all the same. We really not as different as we think we are, as much as we would like to be. And that's the main thing, like, especially with women, because women love to try to ain't no bitch like me. Or, you know, ain't this the best pussy in the world, and you know, ain't no, you know, she want to be me. She couldn't dare hold a candle to me. Woo. True enough, you may have achieved some financial stability that others may have not. You may have gained some property that another person may not have. But as far as the conditions that we in, we all in the same conditions. Like shit, everybody.
We all oppressed.
We all oppressed, and we more so oppressed mentally than anything. And that's what I'm trying to get people to see, like especially women. You know, like religion. I'm saying, it's so much.
The black church.
So many things. It's so many things that have women thinking that they are less than a man. Like I was telling Cam, it's a story about my grandma. Remember when I was telling you about my grandma? She before she died, if I'm not mistaken, my grandfather had passed away. And so my grandmother was still, no, take that back. My grandma passed away before my grandfather did, didn't he? I can't remember, and I don't want to misquote. Anyway, my grandma was adamant about, my auntie was a preacher. And, you know, at one time, they didn't believe in women preachers. And my grandma was adamant about that. She didn't want my auntie doing her eulogy at her funeral. You know, like, religion has even conditioned women to turn against women, you know, and it all started with the whole Adam and Eve. Like people literally think that Eve is the cause of all the harm that has happened to us, you know, because of the decisions she made. They feel like we all failed. And the reason that it's so easy to believe is because a woman can look at the things that made Eve fall and they can see themselves in that, as well as men can see themselves being not deceived, but following what his woman did already. You know what I mean? Like that shows like that. How is he a leader if his woman did something wrong and then he immediately come right behind her and follow her? You know what I mean? Like that, he wouldn't even be using no rational mind of some type of leader. It would be showing that he's more of a follower than anything, you know? But these things have conditioned women to even hate against women because they think that women are the cause of everything. Like that, the reason everything happened to us is because Eve ate from the apple and she listened to the devil. But these are all just fairy tales. And that's why they sound like fairy tales, because they fairy tales. But I was saying that my grandma even went as far as not siding with my auntie, somebody who knew her, somebody who was going to definitely give her eulogy with love and compassion. She would prefer the man give her eulogy versus her own niece giving her eulogy. But she still ended up doing it. But I just remember that my grandma was totally against that. And I just think about that later in life, like, damn, that was conditioning, where you will even side against your own family because of what you've been conditioned to think, that a woman, it's not a place for a woman to be preaching. When, how would a woman or a man be different other than, like I said, other than sexual organs? Our intelligence is the same. We already know that women can be smarter than men.
It's hit and
We know
miss.
men.
And
You say it's hit
and
and
that,
miss?
yeah, it's hit and miss. Bro say he can agree that the black churches cause trauma.
Yeah, they cause a lot of trauma, and it comes a lot of what a lot of people don't see in church is a lot of
What
classes
I
in church.
what I say, if your black church got the white people on the wall and the white Jesus and the picture, you know, people at the Last Supper. Remember that picture everybody had in their living room of the Last Supper, what you had all the white people gathered around. I didn't see no black people, but yeah, everybody be having those pictures and those images. And if your church got those, then shit, what is the church saying? Like you can make Jesus black all you want. You can keep saying Jesus black, but if you follow in that Bible, then Jesus ain't black. You just can't just take that shit and just make them black just because you want. Have your own Jesus. Throw
Right,
that
like me
Bible
taking
away.
it's like me taking Spider-Man, and I'm like, shit, I'm finna take Marvel whole little idea, but I'm gonna make Spider-Man. I'm gonna make his motherfucking character yellow. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I, even though, just because, like, I mean, but they do that. Like, even you have Black Spider-Man, you have a woman Spider-Man, like in alternate universes and stuff. But those things still doesn't necessarily mean that it's following the correct meaning of what it originally was. And even like what he was saying, toxic parents, the mindset, like the Bible literally teaches that it's okay to beat your wife, beat your children. You know what I mean? Like, these are things that are emphasized. Like, it's even taught in the Bible and in religious that a
As it
woman,
should
if
have.
she's so disobedient, she should stay with her man versus leaving him and try to figure out what she did wrong. Like, there's so many inconsistencies in the Bible. Like, there should have, if there was a God, there would have never been a reason for women to even have to fight for the rights that they have now, because they would have already been given them. Why would a man be given his rights and he would be able to exercise his rights, and a woman not? She would have to literally fight for hers when
And
everything
have
is
her
taught.
rights slid in under the Civil Rights Act and shit like that. Oh, my bad.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, her rights tied
like,
in like that.
and it's so many inconsistencies, but people don't want to see that, because I get it. It's not easy to just wake up today like, you know what, it ain't no God, because you've believed in that all your life. It took me thousands of years to believe this, but it come from it
You
come
say
from
time ain't real, time ain't really real, so
man,
you can
listen,
just say
bro.
shit like that. It took me thousands
Man,
of years, and what the motherfucker gonna say? No, you ain't been that long.
I swear to God, you don't even understand. Like, it feel like I've been here for thousands of years, and I'm old enough to be
It's
thousands of
all of
years
time
old.
is perception. Time is all about perception. So it could have been 1,000 years to you. Can't nobody tell you it wasn't. But that's another episode.
I mean, I understand that you said you always trusted on Jesus, but really, I'm 42. It's really like saying that you trust on Jesus, like that's really you. Like, praying is literally a conversation with yourself. Like, you really, people be talking about God, talk to me. No, that's you
Thank
answering
God I
yourself
got
and
this
talking to
job. I
yourself.
prayed for this. Man, you applied and they was
Not,
hiring.
you hear me? Like, what the fuck? Like, not a job called you up, not motherfucker Penn Aluminum called me up and said, "Hey, Racine, you want to come work for us?" And I ain't never put in no
Not as people
application.
out here with nothing, and you think God was worried about you and your job.
And that's the thing. Like, people be like, I know I believe in God because He blessed me. Well, why do you think that you're more significant to be blessed? And it's literally people who are starving. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are people in Ethiopia, Somalia. These people live on $2 a day. None of us could even imagine living on $2 a day. You know what I mean? And you think that you got blessed because you put in an application and God got you the job, and these people over here are starving. that they ain't get
on
more
the
than
side of the
$2 that
world,
day?
man.
Wouldn't they be more in need than you?
Man, there's
You
people out
already
here
got a
in
roof over your
poverty.
head. I'm talking about the lowest of poverty. You know what I mean?
And
Like people don't even
think
know where their
God was,
meal
and you
finna
think
come
God
from.
assignment was with you, making sure you got this job at Penn
Making sure
Aluminum.
that you was straight, or making sure that you know that you was able to get them Jordans that dropped yesterday. You know what I'm saying? You know, he look out for me. He got this. I ain't had no car. You know, I got a car today. Man, there's
You
people
think
who don't
God
even
was
have
concerned with
shoes.
making sure you and your kids got them J's? Me and mine, blessed.
Man, there's people who don't even have shoes, and you telling me that they don't even deserve shoes, but you deserve the car. Like, it don't even make sense. You know, like you
That's
have to
selfish.
really sit back and look at it. Like, and I'll be telling, like I tell you, Cam, like believing in religion and believing in that shit is really selfish as hell, because it makes it seem like you're more significant than everything else on the planet.
That's why they call
like
it your personal relationship with God. Like, how's your personal relationship with God?
Because it's
like,
it's really a personal relationship with yourself. You pray.
Like, damn,
it's really
how
a
you got the
conversation
personal
with yourself.
relationship with him?
I'd rather somebody be like they asked for something and spoke it into existence than believing that some unforeseen being gave it to them. You know what I mean? I would, even though I don't agree with that, I would be more
It's
in
just
line
like when a
with
motherfucker
trying
get
to
in.
believe that.
It's like when a motherfucker get in a wreck. 3 people died. Two people survived. And they talking about, thank God, God had me do. But the other people died. What's wrong with you?
Why
Like,
would
was
you think
God
that your
just
life
like?
is more
Was
significant?
God was just like, okay, I can only save 2 of y'all. So it's gonna be any, many, mighty. Man, stop
And
it.
then you already know
Why
I ain't
wouldn't
gonna
he
even
why
go
wouldn't
into
everybody just
slavery.
survive? Like, not he picked and choose. Not he rolled the dice.
And this is the main thing that a lot of people don't understand. Like, people don't want to
Like,
look
just
at it from that
logic,
light,
logical shit.
because they look at it like it's a herd mentality. The vast majority of the people follow religion because everybody before them follow religion. I've literally had people say, my grandma a Christian.
Like, grandma never been wrong.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm like, man, this woman can't even read. You know what I'm talking about? Like, she couldn't
Man, you
even
done
write.
disobeyed
So
Granny
telling me,
half your life, and you gonna pick and choose what you gonna
you
listen
know
and
what I'm saying?
what was
My
cool.
grandma a Christian because of the love for somebody who is older than you, and you feel like they ain't gonna teach you wrong. But the thing is that what if they don't know they're teaching you wrong? You know what I
They
mean?
didn't know better.
You know, like, and I think that's the main thing that a lot of people, especially, like I said, more women follow religion than anything, you know. And I try to point out whenever I have a conversation with a woman and it comes up the topic of religion, of why you had to fight to be treated as an equal. If
And
it
my
was a
whole
God,
thing
why
is,
he wouldn't have
women
made you
know,
equal in the gate?
even simpler than that, bro. Women know everything. All life come from a woman. So you mean to tell me you just gonna accept God and the creator of everything being a man, even though all life come from a woman? Like, I would be more apt to believe it if motherfucker at least started off like, okay, God is a woman. Like, so in all this, he done blessed me, he this, man, you know, all life come from a woman. And you sitting here endorsing this God is a man idea. Like it's nuts. It's nuts to me. Like, it's nuts.
And it comes from conditioning. It comes from conditioning and making you accept yourself as being second class, making you accept yourself as less than being a man. And we clearly know that we all the fucking same. Like, I can't stress this enough. We the same. Like, men and women across the board, we the same, other than our sexual organs.
Two gods? That's how they should have wrote it. It was 2 gods, a woman and a man. They shared it. That's how they should have wrote it. That's how they should have wrote it. It was 2 guys, a woman and a man. They made decisions equally. They decided within each other how things was gonna happen. Oh no, it's just a man. Okay.
I swear to God,
Ego. Sound like ego to me.
Women
talk about narcissism.
And I think that's a lot of the reasons why a lot of relationships fail. Like, if you look on Facebook, you look on people's stories, you'll see women sharing quote after quote of, you know, they want somebody to just love them, be real with them. They want a man to be this, they want a man to be that, because it's a fantasy that people are chasing. You know, you looking for this man who gonna lead you when you already a leader yourself. Like, you're clearly taking care of yourself and kids. You're clearly a fucking leader. Like, you don't need a nigga to come you don't even need a nigga to come compliment you, because, like, Look at all the relationships you may have been in that you thought was the one, only for it not to be the one. You done wasted a couple months, couple years. Like, damn, man, I thought this nigga was the one. Back to the drawing board. I just want somebody to respect me and be there and help us build together. Like, for one, you have to understand that even though I say we the same, we still have all been conditioned differently. Like, man has been conditioned to think that we superior to y'all, you know? So we don't have a lot of that in us. Like, until you meet somebody who understands you as an equal and not that he in control of everything, you know, you're not going to really be happy in that relationship, no way. Because the things that you're submitting to are really on the lines of like type slavery type shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're submitting to a man in the instance of like he your master, or like he the one who make all the decisions in the household, or when in reality, like, it should be an equal footing. It should be something that people look at and see themselves as equal. Until women see themselves as the same as men, they really not gonna have no happy relationship.
And all life, I'm glad bro said this. All life came from a black woman. It's like, you know, all scientists is in agreement with that. They just probably won't tell you that, but all life came from a black woman. That's the mother of all life. And so that's just my thing. That just tie into again how God is a man. That I be on the simple things. Like, I can do a lot of word salad, or I can just say real simple things like that, just to make you, you know, think. But all life came from a woman, and I'm still mad God at him. And we be like he,
And that comes from conditioning. Like I said, it's a herd mentality. And I know a lot of y'all will get on this live like, why would I believe Cam and Racine? Like, so you telling me that everybody came before y'all was wrong, and then you two niggas is right? And I understand it's hard.
It's a lot of us though. You got to understand that too.
Yeah,
It's smarter us is out there.
I could have looked at this shit 5 years ago, and I'd have been like, man, these niggas on here lost like a motherfucker.
Man, I used to look at everybody else who didn't believe in God like, bro, you evil, bro. Get away from me, bro. You don't believe in God. What's wrong with you, bro? You don't be thinking.
You sick? Are you okay, bro?
Like, bro, what?
But it took a lot of understanding and all the contradictions, all the things that you see, and you be like, damn, that don't make sense. Of course it don't make sense, because it's not real. It's fake. You know, it's a form of control and a form of comfort. And
I know everything in the Bible ain't real. That's what people would say. Then why you gonna follow it? You gonna be with your girl and she telling you a bunch of half truths? That's my thing.
Why would you think that your God, if it was a God, that he would even allow his word, if it was a truth, to even be tainted? You know what I mean? Man, like, what would make you think
would be in a relationship
infallible?
If he telling you half truths all day, where some of it cool, some of it sound
good.
They do though.
They actually do. They actually do be
bad example.
Yeah, they do be what people be telling them. No, girls at work.
Say never got a direct deposit.
Man, I don't know what happened, man. They messed up my check.
Marcus. Talking about he was at work. He was playing the game with Jamario. Man. Wow. That's another episode though.
You said that's another episode.
Yeah, that's a whole nother one. No, but that's all I be saying though. Like, just simple shit like that. You look around, everything don't really match up. And then even and like I said, then my main thing be, I know everything in the Bible ain't true. Then throw it all out. You don't need it. Be the things that you say true that you didn't need the Bible to tell you true. Like, you shouldn't disrespect your mama and stuff like that. Like, you needed the Bible. You would have been out here trying to kill your mama if it wasn't for that Bible.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Like that's what you would have been doing. Like, without that Bible, you'd have been savage.
And they think that without that, we would have been not. Like, I remember a dude was trying to tell me that, you know, like, the Bible basically helped people. What it was saying, like, he basically was saying, like, the Bible helped. I don't want to say like civilized us, but more so, you can use that word, civilized, made people more civil because of the understanding that, oh man, people was just gonna be out here killing each other and acting stupid and doing recklessness. And like, man, it doesn't even take that, because there are people who have never even there are people who don't believe in religion who still have morals and values. Like, you don't necessarily need a religion to have morals and values. As people evolved and became more intelligent, we was gonna still develop good morals and good values. But religion caught on so much. I'm telling you, it's because of how comforting it is. And I'm almost finna say that shit, women might have been one of the most promoters of it. You know what I mean? Especially in the black family, because shoot, a lot of the black family, the father was absent. You know what I mean? So it was grandma who kept the family strong, who was the
which was
backbone,
all by design.
who prayed for everybody. Of course, they broke up. We ain't gonna go into, we'll say
We
that
will though
for
eventually though. We're gonna go into all
yeah,
that, but yeah, just know it's
yeah,
all by
definitely talk
design.
about how they broke up the family structure and stuff, by
Break it all down
incarcerating the
for
black
you.
man and
Hey,
making the streets
and
appealing to them.
and follow us on Twitch so you can be able to watch this and listen to this in the background while you be on Facebook. Because I know some of y'all might be bouncing in and out because you got things going on. You might see your notification on Facebook. Just follow us on Twitch and you be able to watch while you can do. You be able to close it, watch it.
It'll play in the background. You'll be able to still hear it, so you can still go to different apps and everything. So you definitely, the link is on my Zone Cam page as well as mine.
Allegedly, the podcast
down
on Twitch. Make you a Twitch account. It's free. It's fast and free. Make you a Twitch account. Follow us on.
And I don't even think you even have to have a Twitch account just to watch it either, though. I think
Nope,
you can just watch it without having one. So you can just go ahead and click the link, and you'll be able to watch it, and it'll play in the background for you. And that way, you don't have to worry about coming back to Facebook. We just stream it from StreamYard to Facebook and Twitch, because a lot of the people who we're talking to are on Facebook, and so
the videos will be on Twitch afterwards too. If you want to go back and rewatch the videos, or if you miss one, they all on Twitch. Just sitting there waiting for you to go back.
As well as on Camino Wrong on YouTube, as well as Cam Facebook page and mine. You can go back and hear these things. But like I was saying though, the mother has always been the one who carried the family. Grandma, she, that's the backbone of the family. She went one out here, man. My grandma was out here praying for me. Then shit, I probably been lost whole time. Like, you was out here acting reckless. You didn't even know she was praying for you. You just hoped that she was. You know what I mean? Like, you out here, because and that be my thing. Like, when people sit up and tell me how God blessed them, and I'd be like, okay, well, what about somebody who fighting for their life in the hospital who lost it?
Man,
you know what I'm talking about?
selfish.
And their family was on their knees praying that God saved their family member. Praying that, that God bless their family, and that the person that they love don't lose their life, and they still lose their life. So for you to say that, God pick and choose this person to be able to keep their life and this person lose it, the Lord move in mysterious ways. You just got to be strong. He closed one door to open another. Now I'm out here looking for doors and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now you a locksmith.
Man, you got to just, when he cut the key for you, he ain't nobody else going to be able to cut another key.
That's deep.
Only his key gonna open the door. And it's just, man, it's an all mental thing, man. We crack a lot of jokes and stuff about it because we try to bring to y'all the thing. We want y'all to walk away from what we say and think about it later on. Like, damn, I ain't even think about that. Or it pop up when you get ready to go to sleep. Like, damn, that shit do kind of not seem right. And as somebody who studied religious intensely, like I told you, I was Christian all my life. I was Muslim for 13 years. I learned Arabic, speak Arabic. I was the first man in Carbondale with a beard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You started that shit.
Man, I swear to God, when I came home from prison, I had a beard. I remember women used to be like, you should cut that. Not every nigga got a beard. I be looking at them bitches like, not you like beards. Nah, I wouldn't even switch from praying to manifesting, because that's just some diet.
You might as well just write it down. Write your goals down.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Write your goals down and work towards them. If that's called manifesting the hey.
Yeah, I mean, I would accept the manifesting.
Write the things you want down and work towards them.
Like it's literally just like praying. It's literally just a conversation with yourself, And I remember, I used to.
Now she had to talk herself into it.
I used to fast for Ramadan, like, and you know, Ramadan is like 30 days. So, you know, people would not eat and drink from, you know, sun up to sundown. And I used to think like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Well, actually, I was just thinking right now, like about the conditions that a person put themselves into just to show that, you know, you accept God and you want to be pleasing to Him. You know what I mean? Like, and I remember I used to get up in the middle of the night to like pray and stuff, you know, because like it's during the month of Ramadan, like it's supposedly a night of power that if you caught praying during this night, that you receive so many extra blessings for praying during this night.
You trying to get
And
your extra credit. He was trying to
man,
get
you
extra
hear me?
credit at the end of the
Hey, man,
semester.
I'm talking about, man, you
You
know
know,
I
like shit,
needed
you
it.
got some
I was
extra credit
already,
I can get.
nigga, I was already in prison. You know I needed
Not you
extra
wasn't
credit.
eligible, you was trying to get eligible.
Man, listen,
Wow.
bro. You know what I'm saying? I had to sit out for the first semester and shit. I'm trying to see when the second semester come around. Can I be, you know what
Can
I'm
you
saying? Can I
ball?
be, yeah, can I ball, man? And so but like I vividly remember praying, bro. And I will remember how easy it was to get distracted during prayer. You know what I mean? And they try to teach you that, you know, like this is, you have to reach a level of kushu, which is like where you aren't distracted during prayer, you know. And this comes from doing good deeds and doing right, and you know, once you basically, you know, feel
Not you was
pour out
praying
all
and
the,
then was like, not you was praying and was like, damn, where I leave my flip flop at? Like you was just
man,
thinking,
I swear to God, you hear me, bro? Like damn, man, did I close that food up?
hey, did I lock the door? Hey,
I swear to you, bro. Like it, and I'm talking about, you got to think like you might be praying for, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, 20, 30 minutes or something. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know what I
you
mean?
got
And
distracted.
your mind goes so many different places. And then while you're praying, they would teach you that, you know, that's the devil. Whenever your mind get distracted, that was the devil whispering to you, and that you supposed to like spit 3 times to the left, and then, you know, like A'udhu Billahi, like, you know, seek refuge in God. But I just think about, I'm like, man, that's some superstitious ass shit. You hear me? Like, not if I spit 3 times, the devil gonna run. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I just think about
Man,
the psychological things that religion does to people and conditions people to think, bro. Like, that's why I go so hard on religion, because I've been y'all. You know what I mean? So when I be talking about these things, I'm not talking about it as if I have never experienced it. I've experienced these things myself. So I always be bringing these things in light of where I have grown to and the understanding that I have come to. Because, man, I was searching for the truth all my life. You know what I mean? And to find out that, man, you know, it's really not no truth. Because for me to sit here and think that my life is more significant and I could go outside and a bee almost sting me and me slap that motherfucker out the air just because he was being a bee, not for no other reason. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's it, the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Throw some salt over your shoulder, cough 3 times. You know what I mean? Like, all that shit, some superstitious stuff, man. You know, it's just all some
shooting dice.
conditioning. You don't hear me? You know what I'm talking about? Like, man, I don't, man, listen. That's just like if you shooting dice and one of the dice slip out, and then you gotta, you know what I'm saying, like drag the dice off the shit, you know what I'm saying, before you
Man,
shoot.
every time
Superstitious shit.
every time I see a nigga post like we shooting at addicts today, man, we shooting every day. Every day we
Man, I swear to
shooting. We
God, we
shooting dollars
gambling
every
like a
day.
motherfucker. Gambling with our life every day, man. And you know, it's just, man, it's more so to do with the conditioning. And like today, we wanted to have this episode to mostly talk to the women, to make them see themselves, you know, for how powerful they really are. You know, make them see that women are the ones who really make the world go round. Like, y'all have so much more power over things than y'all really think, you know, and what y'all really give yourselves credit for. Like, women are really powerful beings, you know what I'm saying? From giving birth to taking care of the kids to everything. Like, and y'all don't give yourself enough credit. Y'all would rather turn to an unseen being and say that this being helped you when it was you.
Why
You
wasn't
the
two
one who did that.
guys? Why wasn't a woman and the man and they was equal? Why the only role she played was birthing a child as a virgin? Like he ain't even want to touch her. Like dang, he ain't even want to touch her. She was a virgin and had a child. Like dang.
Damn.
He ain't want to
Say-
touch her. That's how they wrote it. All right. All
that he
right.
just wanted. He just breathed into her and she became pregnant.
Yeah, like he ain't want to touch her. Like, what? She
Now
wasn't attractive.
Man, not you said Mary wasn't pretty. Here you say Jesus' mama might have not been too on the good looking side. You say he might have had God had to get drunk first.
Man, not Planned Marriage. Hey, that was the first Planned Parenthood.
Man, listen, man. You say it was the first artificial insemination before they listen. You said it. Man,
that's
listen,
crazy.
man.
He ain't want to touch her.
He didn't even want to touch her.
You talking about he had to get drunk first? Wow,
man. And then
not it was a sneaky link. Not Mary was a sneaky link.
Fuck, you say he couldn't. The other beings in the sky couldn't know that he had made. And then that's the thing, like at one point in time, what Zeus had sex with a woman, and that's how he had Hercules. You know what I mean? Like, and this was a religion that existed. You know what I'm talking about? Before Christianity. You know what I mean? And the stories is similar. It's a god having sex with a human and having a child that's a half god, half human. Yet we accept it. You know what I'm talking about? As just being genuine, all because the people who came before us believed it, all because the people who we see right now, who tomorrow are gonna wake up and go to church and gonna tell you that Jesus told you to pay these tithes to keep this church going, and so I can come in here and preach to you. And man, you could literally get on live with us every Saturday, man, and you ain't gotta pay no money, man, and I'm gonna inspire you to be better. You know, I'm gonna have you look better, look at yourself to do something, man. Like when we make fun of the religion and stuff, it's not to make fun of y'all. We make fun of the things that y'all really aren't looking at. We showing y'all, like, listen, it don't make sense. If you use your logical mind, you will see that it doesn't make sense. Exactly. The Bible don't fuck with women for real. It never has. You know, any religion, even in Islam, like I was telling them earlier, like a woman has to be covered. She can't lead the prayer, but a man can lead the prayer. So you telling me the man bending over and all that stuff ain't distracting to a woman? You know what I'm saying? Like a man can't control himself. He can't control his thoughts.
Not it wasn't no women at the Council of Nicaea. Not she. Man. Damn. Not wow. That's deep. That's crazy. But I'm still stuck on the he ain't want to touch her.
Man, now she was. I don't know. Anybody look?
Not a virgin birth. He ain't want to touch her. He was that disgusted.
Whole time he did touch her, but then came back and no, I ain't fuck her. And then
she, wow, that's how he stunned on Mary.
Hey,
he really stunned on Mary.
Man, come on, bro.
Wow.
What? Then 9 months later, she's pregnant.
He called it being stand up. Talking about, I just didn't want to put my business out there.
Yeah, y'all been in no way. Who I fuck with?
That's deep.
Yeah, you don't gotta put that next comment under there, man. We ain't really talking about Zeus and none of that type of stuff, man. We care. I mean, we understand all of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like we was just more so just talking about in general. All that shit all religions come from men. You know what I'm saying? Like men had a primitive understanding of life, and he, you know what I'm talking about, was thinking that he was in control of everything, and with him being in control of everything, he made everything go according to how he wanted life to go, you know? And he set up everything to work in his favor. And the best way to work in his favor was to make everybody submissive to him, from the children to the women, all those things. And it
should have been two of them.
Definitely,
they should have been co-ed.
You said it should have been co-ed?
Yeah, it should have been co-ed.
Man, I swear, because not Adam and Eve only had boys, and then they produced the rest of the world. Y'all just because
bro, stop being logical, bro.
Man, no, because
you taking it too literal, bro.
Man, you ain't like you supposed to take anything in life any other way. You know what I mean?
Literal.
Like, but literal, like religion.
Hey, can you take me to the stove? Oh, you meant literally?
Right, like a motherfucker thought you meant on their back. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about on your back, bro.
Man,
no, you taking everything literal. I ain't mean in your car. I mean, like, literally take me to the store on your back. But that's just the understanding of things, man. I mean, more
Hey,
than anything, man, while y'all here, man, make sure y'all share the live and stuff, man. You know, we want to get the word out to people. Every Saturday we here, man. 1
1 o'clock.
p.m., 2 p.m. Eastern, 12 o'clock if you're on a specific time, you
That's why I
know.
got him. I ain't
So,
good with time zones. Once I found out time ain't real, I don't know East Coast, West Coast, Eastern. I done
yeah.
lost it.
Did you seen they trying to pass that bill trying to get rid of daylight savings time and shit, right?
There got to be some kind of money benefit to that,
I
some
mean,
kind
it
of
has a
monetary
benefit.
gain.
The reason it already exists was because of it. It saved on a lot of energy. You know what I mean? Like I think, like in 2007, I forgot why George Bush had changed. He had changed the actual day. That
For
that
some
was one of the
money,
reasons. One of the reasons I knew all that shit was Bush. I'm like, dang, he could just come in and just change when we celebrate,
yeah,
when we have daylight savings time and stuff. I'm like, damn, that's some bullshit.
they got some kind of monetary gain, money
Oh yeah,
motive,
I'm sure it does.
money.
But a lot of people were against it. A lot of people for it, like people who like farmers and shit. I think it was originally introduced to help farmers have more time to be able to produce. You know,
Man, I
but
hear him.
like I said, man, you know, of course, time is just a mess. Like we don't even, man. Listen, once you learn that uh, our concept of time can be swallowed up in a black hole, then you'll start to look at things differently anyway and shit. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why when Bruh
So
said 1,000 years ago, it's 1,000 years to him. It's all perception.
yeah, that's all it is. Cause
You
shit,
can't tell him
it
it
can
wasn't
be
1,000 years, technically. But that's another episode, though.
definitely another episode of stuff, man. You know, but man, more than anything, man, we appreciate y'all. You know, tuning in, man, coming out to hear us talk about, you know, how women's role in religion was more significant than we give them credit for. You know, and women throughout time have struggled against men and have struggled against religion and have been second class and treated as second class citizens through all their life. And we here to tell y'all that y'all not different than us. Y'all the same as us. Y'all equal as us. You know,
You don't
and
got
I
to
would
take that
never look at,
abuse.
yeah, I would never look at a woman as being a second class to me. I mean, if we talk about intelligence, you know, I think everybody less intelligent than me, you know, just because I
Might
can
just be a little
control the
stronger.
narrative.
That's it. Physically, that's it.
Yeah,
And that
that's
don't
it.
really matter.
Physically,
And physical
yeah,
strength
because
only
it's,
matter because the white man created this warfare. So now physical strength might
man,
matter, but other than that, don't matter.
and
The shit that
physical,
we
and
different
then
in
in
don't
black
matter.
people, motherfuckers was bred to be physically strong so that you could feel better. You know what I'm talking about? So you can pick cotton better and
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I'm
So the
saying?
things we are different in don't matter.
Yeah, the things they really aren't significant things, man. And we all the same, man. We all evolved from stardust and planets and everything. That a combination of things. All of us the same, man.
Yeah,
And
all our categories overlap.
stop looking at some unforeseen being as the one who gonna give you your blessings in life when you know that you done work hard for those things and you the one who strove for those things and fought for those things and wanted those things to happen in your life. When it was you, turn to you, look to you. So again, man, appreciate everybody coming out, man. If you're still here, man, share the live for us one last time. Share it on your page, man, so we can get people in here, man. Remember, we here every Saturday, 1 p.m. Defund the religion, man, till we get y'all to get the rest of this slaveness out of us, man, so that we can try to get ourselves in a better light of things, and so that we can be more dependent on us. So then we can work on the other aspects. Like we got to get rid of this last little bit of slavery mentality, so and conditioning, so we can work on the other things that are harming us. And we're gonna talk about those things too. We ain't gonna always talk about religion, but that's gonna be the basis of what we talk about. But we're gonna talk about a variety of things, man. We
All about
appreciate y'all coming
empowerment
out.
and liberation.
That's all, man. We love
Black
y'all for coming
liberation,
in,
man.
tuning in, man. And we appreciate everybody who came, man.
That's a good question. So the answer is no, and here's why.
Probably give me some half-ass story about how 3/4 could buy $1 worth of change, but if I did, then I shorted you. So $1 and some change ain't really shit when you look.